Hey guys, today we will discuss some important MCQs of class 10th science of chapter life processes. So, the first question here is, if salivary amylase is lacking in saliva, which of the event in mouth will be affected? Option A, proteins breaking down into amino acids, B, starch breaking down into sugars, C, fat breaking down into fatty acids and glycerol, and D, absorption of vitamins. And the answer is B, starch breaking down into sugars. Because salivary amylase is the enzyme which acts on the starch and break down it into the sugar. Next question is, the inner lining of the stomach is protected by one of the following from hydrochloric acid. Choose the correct one. A, mucus, B, salivary amylase, C, pepsin, and D, bile. And the answer is A, mucus. Mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from hydrochloric acid or HCl. Next question is, the pancreatic juice doesn't contain the following enzymes: A, trypsin, B, amylase, C, lipase, and D, ptyalin. And the answer is D, ptyalin, because ptyalin is also known as the salivary amylase and it is secreted by the salivary gland. So it is not a part of pancreatic juice. Next question here is, that is question number 4. Where are proteins first digested? A, small intestine, B, large intestine, C, stomach, and D, mouth. And the answer is C, stomach. Proteins are first digested into the stomach. Okay, and by the enzyme pepsin. Next is, in which part of the alimentary canal food is finally digested? A, large intestine, B, stomach, C, mouth cavity, and D, small intestine. Answer is D, small intestine. The food is finally digested into the small intestine. Here we have all the enzymes which acts on the food. A few drops of iodine solution were added to rice water. The solution turned blue-black in color. This indicates rice water has A, complex proteins, B, simple proteins, C, starch, and D, fats. So the answer is C, starch, because starch reacts with the iodine and gives blue-black color. Okay, so the answer is C, starch. Next question here is, the opening and closing of stomatal pore depends upon A, oxygen, B, guard cells, C, concentration of carbon dioxide, and D, temperature. So the answer is B, guard cells. Guard cells depends the opening and closing of stomatal pore depends upon the guard cells. Next question is, the cellular energy reserves in autotrophs: A, glycogen, B, starch, C, proteins, and D, fatty acids. And the answer is B, starch. Starch is the cellular energy reserves in autotrophs. If it asks about the, you can say, heterotrophs or animal, then the answer will be glycogen. Next is, the breakdown of pyruvate into carbon dioxide, energy, and water takes place in A, mitochondria, B, cytoplasm, C, cytoplasmic reticulum, and D, ribosomes. The answer is A, mitochondria. The breakdown of pyruvate into carbon dioxide, energy, and water takes place in mitochondria in the presence of oxygen. Next is, during respiration, exchange of gases takes place in A, trachea and larynx, B, alveoli of lungs, C, alveoli and throat, and the D, throat and larynx. So the answer is B, alveoli of lungs. The exchange of gases takes place in the alveoli of the lungs. So I hope this question will be helpful for you in the midterm examinations. So please do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.